Welcome to a shoutcast of a match of Hearthstone. We're finding an opponent now. And in this match, we are playing as Garrosh Hellscream, the warrior. Looks like we've got an opponent here, a reason opponent. That's good.
Garrosh versus Uther.
I will fight with honor.
All right, our opponent is Uther the Lightbringer, the Paladin. And here's our opening hand. Not a great opening hand. There's no minions here, and you definitely need some minions to play early on in the game. Keep pressure on your opponent and to help attack their minions so they don't keep pressure on you. So here's some, we replaced some of those, got some new ones. These are better, there's some more minions, although we got Leroy Jenkins. I don't know if that's good or bad yet. All right, the Paladin starts the game. He uses his mana to play a secret card, and we don't quite know what that card is yet. It may have an effect depending on what we do in the game here. And the warrior begins with a shield bearer. It's very defensive. It doesn't have any attack. It's got enrage, which means if it takes damage, it gets an effect. And in this case, it's got +1 attack when it's taking damage. All right, the Paladin follows up with a Knife Juggler. Very strong in the Paladin deck. Anytime a minion enters the battlefield over there, he gets to deal 1 damage to a random enemy. And the Paladin usually has lots of minions. His hero power creates minions as well. So at this point, the warrior would love to kill that Knife Juggler, but he doesn't have a lot. He can deal 1 damage to it with the Cruel Taskmaster. But it looks like he's going to deal 1 damage to that minion with Enrage, giving it +2 attack from the Taskmaster and 1 attack from the Enrage. But it looks like that attack triggers the secret. It's Noble Sacrifice. That creates a 2/1 minion, which jumps in the way, causes Knife Juggler to trigger, dealing 1 damage there. And that Noble Sacrifice, that defender, jumped right in the way, protected that Knife Juggler from being destroyed. And that's huge for the Paladin player, because now that Knife Juggler is a big bonus. Anytime he plays a minion, it's gonna deal 1 damage that could kill off that Cruel Taskmaster. The Paladin plays Blessing of Wisdom, and now whenever the Paladin attacks with that minion, he's gonna draw a card. And that could be a huge card advantage. And that was an interesting play. He has 2 mana left. He could have summoned a minion with his hero power, potentially used Knife Juggler to deal. It was random, but he could have killed off that 2/1 that way. Instead, he wanted to use his mana to play another secret card. We don't know what it is. It could be another Noble Sacrifice. The warrior uses Execute to finish off a damaged minion, killing that Knife Juggler. He's looking at either his hero power or Crazed Alchemist. Crazed Alchemist is good to swap the attack and health of a minion, but there's no other minions right now, so he just plays it because he wants to keep a little pressure on the board, and he triggers that other secret's Repentance this time. It makes that health 1, and that would have been much better against a stronger minion. I'm not sure why the Paladin played it this early in the game. Usually that's better later in the game, but it's good that the warrior was able to kind of bait out that secret now with such a weak minion. Now the Paladin has a little more cards. He started first, he's got a little bit more mana. The warrior has Leroy Jenkins, which could be good, could be bad. And the Paladin plays Sword of Justice. It's a weapon, so he can attack right away. And he can use those durability to attack, or anytime he plays a minion, it'll use 1 of the durability on that weapon to buff that minion, give it a little extra attack and health. So he's got Leroy Jenkins, but Leroy Jenkins, maybe not as good right now as this Kokron Elite. Kokron Elite's got charge, it can attack right away, gets in there for 4 damage. It's got 3 health, so it can withstand attacks from that sword. And the Paladin now playing some minions that are gonna get a little bit bigger because that's Sword of Justice. Every minion the Paladin plays gets a little bit stronger. And he plays the Secret Keeper, who gets even stronger every time a secret triggers. So if he's got any more secrets, that could get out of control. The warrior draws Whirlwind, that deals 1 damage to everything, including your guys, which could be good if you have effects that care about guys being damaged. And the warrior goes right in to attack Uther directly, and then he plays Leroy Jenkins. Now Leroy summons whelps for your opponent when you play him. And those whelps got a little bit bigger because that's Sword of Justice. So he used up those last 2 durability, probably not on the guys he wanted to, but he's given Uther a lot of whelps. Now Uther's down to 14, so he's a little bit low, but now he's got a much better board position. He's got that Harvest Golem on the left side. He's got Death Rattle, which means whenever it dies, it has an effect. And there's Cairn Bloodhoof. Also has a death rattle effect. It summons Bane Bloodhoof, his successor. There goes that Harvest Golem, who summons a damaged Harvest Golem when he dies. Cairn has a custom sound effect when he goes against Garrosh to call him out specifically. All right, the Warriors got Brawl here. That takes every minion on the playfield. They get into a big fight, and only one of them remains. Oh, and this is great for the Warrior. The Whelp is the last one standing, which is the worst minion on the Paladin side, but causes Cairn Bloodhoof to die, which ends up summoning his successor, Bane Bloodhoof. He's just as strong as Cairn, though. All right, so now the Paladin, follows up with Illidan Storm Rage, and it's unfortunate because the Warrior had to discard Big Game Hunter, which is a great card. It kills a minion with 7 attack, which would have killed Illidan. Now this is starting to turn around here. The Warrior down to 19 health. He's got huge minions as the Warrior draws Arcanite Reaper. Now Reaper would definitely finish off Bane Bloodhoof, but he'd really like to be able to finish off Illidan so he doesn't take 7 damage next turn. It looks like he's going to slam Illidan. Slam deals 2 damage, and if it survives, you draw a card. And that minion definitely survived there, so he's got to finish him off with Arcanite Reaper. He does take 7 immediately. He doesn't have a lot of cards that can help him here. He's got the Imp Master that can summon some extra imps. He's got Battle Rage that'll draw him cards if guys are damaged. And then the Paladin follows up with the Guardian of Kings. It's a huge minion. It also heals him as he lays down another secret. And it's starting to look pretty bad for the Warrior here. Only at 6 health. The Warrior needs to draw something to stop this. He draws King Mukla. King Mukla's definitely not good right now. It's a huge minion for the cost, but it gives your opponent bananas, which they can play to buff their own minions. And you definitely don't want to give those minions any more attack. He's only at 6 health remaining as he uses Inner Rage to deal, looks like 1 damage to that opposing Guardian of Kings. And uses Battle Rage now, draws you a card for every damaged minion, and there's only 1 damaged minion, so it draws him 1 card. He's looking for ways to come back here as he plays King Mukla, give his opponent some bananas. He starts to attack the enemy hero, at least with that Arcanite Reaper to deal a little bit more damage. Of course, that triggers Noble Sacrifice, another one of the Paladin secrets. Jumps right in the way, prevents him from dealing any damage to Uther. And then he plays Imp Master. Imp Master, every turn, summons 1 more imp at the cost of life. So that could get out of control, but at this point, with only 4 health remaining, the Paladin just has to attack with either Cairn, as he feeds Mukla a banana, just to mess with Garrosh, and finishes him off with Bane Bloodhoof. Revenge from Cairn. Defeat for Garrosh. Thanks for watching.